Hello everyone, and welcome to another brand new episode on my channel, Wonder Boho Book Club. Today I'll be discussing the book Uncertainty, written by Jonathan Fields. Jonathan Fields is an award-winning author, media producer, and entrepreneur. In Uncertainty, Jonathan argues that in business, art, and life, you need to be a risk-taker. The fear of failure and the unknown may lead you to being on edge, anxious, or paralyzed, and it can also lead to the destruction of your work. Fear can keep you from taking risks and doing great work, which will lead to a dissatisfying life. However, risk can help your company by giving you opportunities to innovate. That is, as long as you figure out how to use the risk for your advantage. Fields draws on his knowledge of the latest tech, cognitive science, and old-school meditative practices in a fun, practical way. The insights provided in this book can help you become more creative and productive and enjoy the journey from uncertainty to prosperity. Before moving ahead, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Part 1. Fear of the Unknown. Think about the last time you had to make a decision involving taking a chance. How did you feel? Worried and anxious, right? Creating something entails uncertainty, and that's what makes people scared of taking risks. When creating something, we are investing time or money to keep it afloat. But if our endeavor fails, then we could end up losing some or most of our investment. If investment risks are too high, we may shy away from new ideas or important opportunities in order to maintain the security and stability we currently enjoy. People with the most to lose, materially or emotionally, are often the ones who are most afraid of risks. Another reason why we avoid taking risks is because taking risks and thinking outside the box can make us more susceptible to judgment and criticism from others. Trying new things can be very difficult, and it usually has a major impact on other people. Lots of people judge us if we are different or go against the norm. It's often because they think that doing something brand new might result in unexpected outcomes. But this doesn't mean we should stop exploring. We shouldn't let the toxicity of negative criticism hinder our creativity. Part 2. Creativity is born out of uncertainty. We just talked about how fear of risk and failure can stop you from pursuing your dreams. But if you have a pretty comfortable life, why should you take risks in the first place? It's because nobody enjoys doing the same thing over and over again. Rather than rely on a never-changing strategy that has already been tried, go ahead and take a gamble. You might be pleasantly surprised with the results. Our own experience and the experiences of others can help us find certainty in different subjects. The problem is, they're all proven approaches. Innovation comes from being open to testing new methods that haven't yet been proven. It's the willingness to explore uncharted territory that triggers creativity and innovation. In one study, it was found that people who felt comfortable with ambiguity were more creative. They weren't afraid to take risks, which means they could plow ahead even if the solution wasn't certain. They were better at handling more complex problems and were willing to work with a variety of information. They won't settle for anything less than the best solution. Part 3. Cultivate a positive mindset. Some people say there is no such thing as failure, only feedback. How do these innovators continue to invest in new ideas, even if it means risking failure and tough times? It's a sign of curiosity and willingness to try new things when we are still unsure. This may be evident when someone feels they need to push the envelope in order to achieve their potential or make meaningful achievement. So, if someone is willing to take risks, it means that they want something better, either for themselves or for the society as a whole. Furthermore, if you're going to risk real money and reputation, it should be to create something valuable for others that gives them a chance of getting rewards which they can clearly observe. Your endeavor will be more persuasive if others are watching your commitment and see the potential of reward. To be okay with uncertainty, we need to confront our fears. The only way to do this is by confronting and conquering them. Once we're able to do so, it will be easier for us to stay focused on our objectives and maintain motivation. Part 4. Create routines and rituals. With deadlines approaching, you might feel the need to work through the night and switch off all your outside social engagements. But holding these back can actually be more damaging than helpful. Having routines in place allows you to feel more confident about what will happen next. A certain anchor, such as having coffee with friends or going to the gym, is a firm element of your life that you can rely on. These routines help you relax and release you from the need to make trivial decisions, which in turn allows you to focus on more important things. Rituals also help us do tasks that are unrelated to our natural orientation. For example, some people focus on the big idea, that is, coming up with a creative solution, while others prefer the process of actually implementing the creative idea. But what if you're one person handling all aspects of the business? Well, then it's up to you to wear both hats, one to conjure up ideas and the other to creatively execute them. It's hard to be good at two different things, so use some rituals to help focus your attention where you're lacking it. For example, if you're a creative person who hates dealing with the day-to-day stuff like filing papers, consider allocating small chunks of time every day to focus on these tasks so you can get through them easily. This daily routine will give you a manageable way to deal with it. To listen to more interesting summaries, please subscribe to my channel. Part 5. Embrace criticism and negative feedback. Feedback from others can often be hard to take, but it can teach us things about ourselves that we never realized. There are a few ways to get this feedback. One way is to use a creative hive, where you show your work to other like-minded professionals regularly and get help from them, who also offer their own criticism. A second way to get feedback is through friendship. This could be with a friend or relative who happens to provide a certain level of inspiration, support, or insight. It could also be through a romantic relationship if the person you're involved with offers trust and confidence. But why is feedback so important? Because without feedback, we can't confirm how our products are experienced by others. For a product to be successful, it's best when customers have a chance to give input on its development. This way, they are more likely to be satisfied with the final result. One thing you should remember when seeking feedback is that you are in charge of the project. Other people's thoughts can guide your decisions, but ultimately it's up to you to know what's best. Feedback can be difficult to digest sometimes, as it may mean admitting your shortcomings. But getting this out of the way early on during product development will spare you and your team a whole lot of stress later. Part 6. Boosting mental capacities through exercises. After learning all about uncertainty and what it means, it's time to sharpen our thoughts in order to come up with a good plan and be more creative in order to make the most of our uncertainties. One method you can use to boost your creativity is attentional training, or AT, which focuses on developing your creative and psychological skills. AT includes a range of methods, all linked to improving focus and attention. There are many ways to practice AT, namely physical exercises like running or cycling, or mental exercises such as meditation, hypnosis, and visualization. These practices are effective because they help us feel at ease and develop greater mental ability. When we change our physiology and psychology, the way we face challenges changes too. Practice these techniques and they will pay off. Daily practice will keep your mental capacity sharp and allow you to get a grip on uncertainty and fear. Also, you may have flashes of insight while performing these exercises. In addition to the mental techniques, physical exercises are also very helpful, as these also improve our mood, help us think and make decisions easier, and make us feel more confident about other things too. One idea for an easy way to get some physical exercise is running early in the morning before work. It can help you start your day feeling energized and upbeat, which can set a good tone for the whole rest of your day's tasks. You're also likely to feel more focused once you start tackling your work later in the morning. Definitely get out there and try it. You might see results sooner than you expect. Part 7. Be realistic. Still not sure if what you're working on is going the right way? Not sure what you should do if you're failing? Ask yourself whether you're being productive and how motivated you are. This can help to better understand your progress. You can get a new perspective on things by zooming out and looking at your work objectively. This will help you decide if it's worth continuing or if it's time to move on to other tasks. There are also signs to watch out for if your work is starting to consume your life. Sometimes the creative process can be exhausting and it can use up a lot of mental and physical energy. To avoid being overwhelmed and burnt out, it's important to work at your own pace. Figure out what's the most productive time for you and break up your day so that you have time for family, friends, and health. Part 8. Overcome your fear of failure. We're all afraid of failing, but here are a few ideas to help you tackle that fear. First of all, to start overcoming your uncertainties, try developing a growth mindset. Most of us believe that talent is determined by your genes. As a result, we can't take feedback well because we think we don't have what it takes and things won't change. This is known as the fixed mindset. The opposite of a fixed mindset is a growth mindset. This is when we believe in ourselves and view feedback or uncertainty as learning opportunities. Those with this mindset are more flexible and accepting when it comes to finding solutions, do not want to give up, and see challenges as opportunities instead of threats. A growth mindset helps us stay grounded and level at work. But how can we overcome our fear of failure? Ask yourself the following questions to vanquish your fear. What if I fail? Sure, failure is painful, but focus on what you would do if you did fail. How would you pick yourself up and get back on your feet? What if I do nothing? Doing nothing can lead to depression or even a sense of apathy. Not the best choice if you want to be happy. What if I succeed? Think about how you'll feel when you achieve your goal and come up with steps to try and make that happen. Practicing these situations is one way to reduce your anxiety and stay realistic about the future. Even if you fail, staying positive will allow you to move forward with your goals instead of feeling so discouraged. Conclusion. Being exposed to uncertainty can be scary, and it's important for us to learn to overcome it. By embracing risks and failures, learning from feedback and criticism, being realistic, and improving brain functions through mental and physical exercises, we can learn to face our anxieties and boost our creativity, thereby coming up with innovative solutions to create a better life for ourselves and those around us. Thank you for watching this episode. Please don't forget to subscribe. Your likes, comments, and shares are highly appreciated. See you soon in our next episode.